Are you a tax pro, accountant, or bookkeeper and your clients are still sending you sensitive information via email, even though you now have an amazing TaxDome client portal? In this video, I have 4 tips that will have your clients utilizing your secure communications and document delivery into your client portal. We recently received a question. Help! I love that TaxDome messages are secure and clients can answer with sensitive info, but right now, my clients are still replying to me with requested answers and documents via email. That is not secure. How do I stop this? I have helped many of our tax pro clients get more compliant clients using the TaxDome tools and its amazing features. And today I'm gonna show you how you can do this too. Be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video where I will be sharing what this looks like in TaxDome and the one setting that may be spoiling your best secure communication plans and you didn't even know it. So I look at our clients like children. They need to be told 50 bazillion times what you want them to do. We have all developed the habit of assuming that our clients know what the next step is and that they can, do it themselves. Well, I have an 8-year-old and I can tell you he has gotten ready for bed over 2,500 times at this point in his life. And some days getting ready for bed, you would think this is like the first time he has ever done it. And this is not a brand new concept. But just like with our children, we have to tell them over and over again how we want them to complete the task at hand. And we also have to break it down into bite-sized chunks. And so I'm excited to tell you today about how you can do this with your client. Tip 1, breadcrumb your communications. Just like my kiddo, breaking down the process into these bite-sized chunks will help them be more compliant. Gone are the days of front-loading your tax services and telling your client at the very beginning of tax season the 75 things you need them to do and the dates in which you want them to do it. We are able to now break down our communications into these bite-sized chunks and breadcrumb them to the ultimate success, which is their desired end state. In the tax prep example, their tax return has been completed without you having to chase them down again and again and again. Tip 2, make sure your communications are timely. As I mentioned, the old way of front-loading your tax season with a long list of things to do, documents to send, things to allow your client or have your clients allow you to have access to, those need to stop. And the reason is that the client is busy. You're busy. And by giving them this long checklist of things to do, you're kind of assuming that they're just not gonna do it. And that's not gonna help anyone. So if you can be more timely in your request of what the client needs to do at that exact moment in the process, you're going to find that your clients actually follow through with the request. Now, this is kind of like with my 8-year-old and his need to be told, okay, it's time for bed. Let's go upstairs and put on your pajamas. Step 1. Okay, pajamas are on. Now let's go floss and brush your teeth. Okay, now that that is complete, let's go in and read and cuddle and have some family time. Okay, now it's 8 o'clock, time to turn off the lights. Again, I could tell him up front, hey Ty, you need to go upstairs, you need to get your pajamas on, brush your teeth, and then let him go on his own. But the likelihood of that ending well, in my experience, has not really happened. But I want you to know that by doing this and looking at your clients through the same perspective, you're going to find that they're actually delivering on the requests that you're putting in front of them. Use technology to do the heavy lifting for this. You're probably like, oh great, the reason I send everything up front is because my 250 clients, I don't have time to email them 75 times throughout the tax season. No, you don't. I totally agree. But we have the benefit of technology to do this for us now. The old days of tax accounting and bookkeeping services having to be done manually are over, and I am excited to allow you to see the opportunity that's there. There's so many different tools on the market, and they're continuing to get better every day. Some are getting better faster than others. I'll be completely transparent about that. But if you have technology in your practice and if it's not meeting your needs, then this is definitely something that you should look at, because a true client management system is one that has automation built into it. Now, automation is has a lot of definitions. So just be aware that not all automation is the same. Some tools have checklists of now send this email. And yes, that sounds daunting. You're like, I have to hire 3 more people just to keep up with this checklist. And I don't want that for you either. So I want to just say, if you are somebody who's like, yes, I know I need to be doing this and I know my clients deserve better and technology is the way, then you want to pay attention to what I'm going to share next. If you're not currently using automation in your practice, I want to plant the seed that this is something that will help you create more profit and time freedom in your practice. And it can be easy to implement. In the description of this video, I have a link out to the tool that's taking the world by storm, TaxDome. And if you're curious about automation, I encourage you to go check it out. And if you use the link below this video, you will also get 2 free months when you sign up using our exclusive link to get your free 2-week trial of TaxDome. And this tool is changing the game for small practices and mid-sized practices alike. So if you're ready to automate, it's definitely one I encourage you to check out. Now, speaking of TaxDome, my next tip is specifically calling out some opportunities that you may have in TaxDome. So whether you are a TaxDome user or you're looking at going to TaxDome, I wanted to share with you a few things that will help make communicating with your clients and having your clients comply securely and safely in response to the question that started this video, is that number one, we want to make sure that you know there are 2 ways of communicating in TaxDome. The first way of communicating in TaxDome is through email. This is good old-fashioned email, not secure, goes out to your clients. The other is a secure messaging function that is done through the client portal. Now, when you're looking at these 2 emails, we often get asked, which way should I be communicating? And my answer is, emails should always be informational. They should not be requesting your clients to take any action other than maybe schedule an appointment or log into your portal. But we don't want to be asking our clients for any specific sensitive information in our emails. No documents, no details. All of that would be done through the secure client messages. Now, this is because it is behind the client portal wall. This allows it to be a secure exchange of information, and we need to train our clients to having success there. Just like preparing my child for getting ready for bed, we need to guide step by step our clients getting to the point of success that we're seeking in that moment. So when you're looking at what is the best method of communicating, consider those 2 things: emails for information and the secure client messages for requests of information, documents, and other things that are of a sensitive nature. And we want to start training our clients for that. Now, the second part of this is that when it comes to the messages, and I want you to make sure that you don't have client messages being sent with the message context being shown. Now, in TaxDome, this is a setting that may be toggled on, and it could be why your clients are continuing to reply to your requests for action via email. So some of our clients have mentioned that this is a challenge that they're having. And so I wanted to take a moment and share with you the exact steps of how you can avoid this from happening and help you to see the back end of TaxDome where you can turn that off. I am now in my TaxDome system, and I'm going to show you how we can toggle off this setting that may be causing you some problems. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our settings section, and under the firm settings, we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page. And on this page, there is this show message context and notifications. Now, I currently have this toggled off. I'm going to toggle it on, and I want to show you what this looks like on the client side. So to do this, I'm going to go to New and Chat, which allows me to send a secure message to my client. Now, maybe I'm sending to my client a list of the missing documents that I want my client to send to me. I'm going to pull up my template, request for missing client documents. And in here, this is just a template message that I have put together in preparation to save time during the actual process of requesting information from my client. So I'm going to add a task in here, and this task is going to be maybe that they were missing a W-2 for your part-time gig, right? And maybe they also were missing details on the sale of your home. So need closing document. And this is great because what this allows us to do is create a checklist for our clients. Now I'm also, while I'm in here, gonna toggle on my reminders because TaxDome can automatically remind my client to go and complete this checklist even after I have sent this. So it's going to remind them every 3 days right now. And I actually want to up the number of reminders up to say 4. And so it's going to remind them every 3 days 4 times. And that will make sure that my client doesn't forget to get me the documents I'm requesting. So you can go in here, then you can create chat. So once I have created that chat, it now is a secure communication happening between me and my client. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna pop over and I'm gonna pull up my email. This is what you see on the firm view, but I'm gonna pull up my email because I have toggled on that secure message context, and I wanna show you what that looks like. And this might be what's causing you a headache if you are using TaxDome today. So when I have that toggle on, you can see here, it is sending them the request for the things that I want. Now you're like, oh, that's cool. It gives them the information. Yes, but the problem with humans is we have old habits and they die real hard. So what we're trained to do when it comes to email is if I see this type of request, I am going to just reply to my email. I'm not going to think about it. I'm probably not even going to read it, but I'm going to assume that you sent me this request, and so I should reply to the email. Thus, I'm going to send you my documents, and I'm going to send you my sensitive information through the non-secured method of email. And so we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So to do this, we're going to go back into our system, go back to our settings, and I want you to make sure that your settings are toggled off for the sending the context in your messages. So settings, firm settings, and again, scroll to the bottom and toggle off show message context in notifications. Now, this is the power of TaxDome. There are so many customizable options and features. It's a beautiful thing, but they can also get you. So I want to invite you, if you are a TaxDome user or you're automation curious, I want to invite you to join us in a free community we have called Tax Pros, Accountants, and Bookkeepers. These are amazing tax professionals, accountants, bookkeepers who are all looking to automate their practices. And you may be wondering, well, why? Why automate? Well, they know, these amazing people in our community, that automation is the only way that you can increase profit and time freedom in your business. So I invite you to click the link below this video in the description and join this community. And I look forward to having you there where you can continue this amazing conversation on how automation can transform your life. Until next time, I invite you to keep automating, and I will see you again soon. Cheers.